I think it's important to learn from mistakes in public policy, which is why I'm frustrated, to say the least, that neither side of politics is pressing for an inquiry into the way we managed COVID-19 as a nation. Now, any inquiry should, of course, acknowledge that difficult and expensive decisions had to be made on the run with incomplete knowledge of the behaviour of the virus, what's happening in the economy, and we might make different decisions with hindsight. Nonetheless, it does seem beyond doubt that the exceptional levels of government spending in the pandemic, not just in Australia, of course, but around the world, are a big part of the inflation story. Is it time for some truth-telling on the fiscal management of COVID?
I think there is real merit in conducting an inquiry of that kind, not in the nature of a witch hunt, though there will be many people in our community that have their axes to grind on this front. But unless we are able to acknowledge what was done, what worked and what didn't, we won't have a good roadmap for avoiding some of the mistakes the next time there's a virus or a monkeypox or some other type of challenge of this nature. If we are serious about protecting not only our economic position, but also the fundamental freedoms that got encroached upon so greatly by predominantly state governments, but let's face it, by governments at all levels to some degree, then we need to, I think, take a good hard look about how the actions that were taken align with the fundamental rights that Australians should have, what is and is not in our Constitution. And we also need to, I think, reach some consensus about what we agree as a community never to do again. That is the kind of mature discussion that I think could set us up well in future challenges, which will inevitably come.
Well, I must say, I'm speaking for many, I think, when I say that now we've reached the end of the worst of COVID-19. I'm looking forward to getting back to being a fiscal conservative again.
Yes,
Amanda,
please.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But on that, what advice should we be giving Jim Chalmers? Should he be knocking on our door asking for it as he begins to prepare his first budget in October? He's going to be surrounded, no doubt. You'd have seen this in your time in Parliament.
I can't hear him knocking. I can't hear him knocking, Nick.
You'd remember, the sensation in Parliament of being surrounded by ministers asking to back your particular project. What should he be doing?
Look, I think it's really important that first, he does no harm, no policies that are going to make inflation worse. I think it's really important that there is a commitment to developing those parts of Australia that are our breadbasket, that are our future mining and manufacturing opportunities, because unless we are putting new wealth into Australia, we're in a bit of a dangerous cycle of just sort of providing services to one another. There needs to be wealth creation going into our system, because that benefits everybody. Anything that unlocks that great northern and middle part of Australia and all of its riches, I think, is really important work to do. And to do it all with an eye to the shopping cart and the bill wad of the ordinary family, I think would be wise politically. It would be a very big mistake, however, to say we're at the start of a political term, now's the time to allow our union backers to cash in all of their checks. Because if they go really hard down that route, they will make inflation worse, they will alienate normal Australians, and they will create the kind of thuggery and chaos that makes Australia a terrible place to invest. There are opportunities and risks in this budget, and let's hope he's got the right people knocking on his door.
Thank you, Amanda. Good as always to talk to you, and look forward to welcoming you on the show again next week.
Good on you, Nick. Thanks.